What we've done is, there's so much technology out there and there's so many things that you can do. What we've done is we've actually kind of narrowed the focus, and in the last couple of years we focused really on using things like Google Apps and EduBlogs to help build portfolios and use blogs in learning. So what that has done is it's really helped us concentrate our practice on what can these technologies do to improve student learning, as opposed to we need to use technology and then teachers are overwhelmed with all of the decisions. So it's helping us basically create a minimum skill set of what we'd expect our teachers to do. So you know when a student from grade 2 comes into grade 3, you know some of their abilities that they have and you build upon them. So again, that they're not focusing on learning about the technology, it's just learning, through the use of technology. That being said, we really encourage teachers to take risks and try different things and let them be innovative and bring in different practices. So the teachers that aren't comfortable with technology, they know that there's a ton of support in specific areas. But on the other end of the scale, the teachers that are very comfortable with the technology, we want them to go out and try different things and take risks and be leaders and show us some of the things that work. What's really neat is, even though there's experts in those specific areas of what we're doing within our school district, we're seeing that because we're building a community using something very similar, that we're continuously growing and being more innovative. And Stephen Johnson and John Seeley Brown, people like that, they talk about networks actually coming together, and that's where innovation happens. And so we're seeing that even though someone would teach professional development, what we're seeing around our schools, we're all learning from each other, and our knowledge base is growing exponentially because we're tapping into everybody, as opposed to someone in central office holds all the knowledge and you learn from only that person. That open sharing has helped us to really push what we're doing in those areas.
Mm-hmm. You touched on the role of site leaders for managing this kind of process for the teachers. What kind of advice would you give school leaders, principals, so that they could nurture their staff from going from the kind of adapt to transform?
We talk a lot about taking risks in our practice, and I think that most leaders would encourage that. What most leaders don't do is actually take the risk themselves or model that openly. So it's really easy to say to staff, we want you to take risks in your learning, we want you to show that process, but if the leader actually does not do that, then the teachers and the educators won't do it, and probably the students won't do it either because they're not feeling comfortable. Once we start showing as leadership that we're vulnerable and we're willing to try things to improve what is happening in our schools and willing to make mistakes along the way and learn from them, I think that helps to build that culture. But if a leader in a school or a specific area is not willing to do that, then you're creating a really apprehensive environment. So a lot of my work is to work with leaders around the world, getting them immersed in their learning and being able to show it transparently and making so that they understand the way students learn and the environments that students partake in, but also doing it in an open environment so that their teachers can see what they're doing in their community so that they can all take part in that learning alongside. And then they're modeling risk-taking, not just promoting that their teachers take risks. And I think that's been a huge thing in our work in our district.
Mm-hmm.